100 years have come and gone since the Battle of the Upheaval. And one day, when those heroes' strength is spent, this world will...
Lou, it's time.
Ah, you've come too. As I feared, the memories may still take some time to return. Forgive me, I certainly didn't mean to startle you. My name is Lou Magmel. I am a revenant. Bear with me, for this may come as a shock. You have died once already. This is where I used a ritual to resurrect you. I gave half of my heart in order to restore yours. As a consequence, we now share the same heart, you and I. We are two lives intertwined as one. You seem well, all things considered. I'm glad. Do you think you can stand? There is someone that I'd very much like for you to meet. I know it's all new, but it's okay. You can trust me. These two were once revenants, turned to stone by a Forma. A century ago, one came to raid Magmel Island. The other is a revenant who tried to thwart him. Their duel ended in lethal blows, a moment that now stands forever frozen. In any case, come along. We should be going. There's someone expecting you at the top of the tower.
Another world snuffed from existence. Luckily, the residents were all evacuated in time, thanks in no small part to your efforts. My name is Lavinia Rhoda. It is I who carries on the great Idris's mission and legacy. It is you, though, who must save the world of man. "100 years ago, a group of heroes saved the world from the resurgence. They absorbed its energy into their bodies, the seal consigning them to eternal slumber. But now, unable to bear that burden any longer, the flame of that seal threatens to burn out, which results in what you just witnessed. Explosions that will eradicate the world. There's only one way to prevent this tragedy, before they reach the point of no return. And so, we must break the seal and end them before it is too late. Yes. If all of the heroes are allowed to suffer such a fate, not a trace of this world will remain. However, these seals are extremely powerful. Nothing capable of opening them is known to exist. Not in our time, at least. Our hope, the only hope, is Lu, the sole revenant with the ability to traverse time itself. With a power that incredible, subjugating the heroes becomes a possibility, at least. However, as of yet, her power has not fully matured. I ask now that you accompany her back to the past. Help her to perfect her ability and gain true command over the flow of time.
Time jump is successful. We're still where we were only moments ago. Magmel Island. Only now in the past. Thank goodness we made it. I was actually quite nervous, this being my first time jump and all. However, we must have missed our target coordinates. We seem to be in some cave or other on the island. Quickly, let's get outside and figure out where... I'm sorry. Maintaining the link... It requires more energy than I thought.
Who the hell are you?
Not now. Get away from here. In my current state, I'd only hold you back.
A revenant hunter? Not anybody I recognize. Did Magmel hire a guard?
What does it matter? Kill them now before they raise the alarm!
I hate rats. Well, can't say I remember hiring you, but if you're game, lend me a hand. Oh, I liked you already. I'll just hop on your back real quick. Don't make me regret it.
Good. Okay. If I'm right, I believe we should be able to talk here at our leisure. This is a space where our minds and the pieces of our hearts intertwine. Perhaps we could call it something fitting like The confluence. Think of it as a private realm, one that only you and I can access. It would appear that, while we are in the past, there are only certain conditions under which we can meet and speak. First, I hope you'll forgive me for being such little help. As am I assure you. But I do regret being a hindrance to you. My apologies. Now let's go over the current situation. As Lady Lavinia explained, I have been blessed with a rare power, the ability to travel back in time. However, this power remains incomplete. As it stands, I can't actually take us back to the present yet. Fortunately, the Magmel of this era still houses a vast array of formae. Among them, there is one that can augment my ability. I have already located it. Should you manage to obtain this forma, I should be able to traverse the past and present at will. With that power firmly in hand, together, we can work towards preventing our world's demise. First things first, we will have to gain Noah's trust. Once we do that, we'll be able to roam Magmel Island much more freely. Unfortunately, there is a catch, and it is not pleasant. History says that raiders razed this island to the ground. If, as I fear, the bandits in the cave were in fact the raiders, then we have no time to lose. We need to put a stop to those raiders and rescue Noah's friend as soon as we possibly can.
Welcome home. I see you were able to obtain the forma you needed. I know I didn't tell you of the recall forma, but I trust you understand. It was a critical precaution. I set it to automatically initiate a jump and return you to the present as soon as Lu's power became whole. Regardless, you should now have all that you need to fulfill your true mission and save this world. We shall discuss the details at Magmel.
Wait, please. We can still save Magmel in the past.
Lu? Need I remind you that tampering with history, unless under the most extreme of circumstances, is strictly forbidden? Any change to past events is bound to distort the present. Think of the consequences. What will you do if your meddling ends up costing more lives? I need you to understand. You, of all people, must never lose sight of the risks. I shall be expecting you both at Magmel.
Our focus, our true objective, is to save this world, our current world. I know that. I do. Now is not the time to waver. And yet... What's that? It can't be. Noah's pathos? It's glowing because of your bond with Noah. The pathos bore through time. I can use my current powers to trace its glow and take us back to Magmel Island of the past. But Lady Lavinia's stance is also a valid one. We can save Noah, or leave things the way they are. I leave the decision to you. Please, look! We're seeing it happen. These are all the changes that took effect in present-day Magmel. It's a new future. One forged by our own hands. There's no time to waste. I think we should go check on Noah and the others. Let's return to the Institute. One way or another, we're going to need to get a first-hand look at how our actions affected the timeline. Lady Lavinia.
You should know I am able to observe alterations to our timeline. You cannot hide what you have done. I see that my warning has not been heeded.
That's not true. I'm just as much to blame.
So long as you both did what you believe to be right, I will respect that decision. But remember this. If nothing else, the effects of changing time are both profound and unpredictable. Who knows what will come? Your actions have rejected the past, denied history as it once was. Now, with the strength of your sincere will, you have saved those people and paved a new future. 100 years of history was forever changed, and with it, the world itself. Truly, the potential of man is beyond reckoning. Now, proceed to Magmel. There is someone who very much wishes to see you.
What? Hey, you can't be serious. What's going on here? It's you. I can't believe this, after all this time.
Noah, allow me to explain.
Damn. I knew you had something going on, but a time traveler? I never would have guessed it. Slaying those heroes is gonna be one hell of a task, so you better count me in. I'm a century overdue, but Noah Gaither always repays his debts.
At long last, all of the conditions have been met. Now, allow me to remind you of the gravity of the task at hand. Our goal is to prevent the demise of this world. To that end, your task is to awaken and slay the dormant heroes. Iris, the status report, please.
Each hero is sealed inside strong protective barriers which we call cocoons. These barriers make them impervious to attack. In order to release a hero from their cocoon, you'll need a key. These keys will serve to rouse their pathos. The bad news is that, unfortunately, we have no idea where these keys may be found. We don't even know what they might look like.
Lu's ability to travel through time is our key. Her gift will be crucial for obtaining them.
I'll use my power to transport us back to a time before the upheaval. Once we're there, hopefully we can make contact with each of these legendary heroes. Then, we'll need to locate a key that can rouse each hero's pathos.
Find the key, then return to the present. Release the heroes and slay them. Should you manage to vanquish the 5 remaining heroes, the calamity set to befall our world will be averted.
5 heroes, huh?
Head to the bridge connected to the mainland. Make your way back into time. The future of this world rests in your hands.
What is this? It's addressed to you. To the great hunter who saved our lives, we pray you will accept this gift. Fate willing, we leave this to you, in the hope that it may help aid you in forging a new future. It's come an awfully long way to get here. A whole 100 years come and gone. We should take it. After all, they gave it to us. And I'm sure it will aid us on our quest. The sunken city lies just up ahead. Let's go over everything we know. A major resurgence befell the city, causing most of it to sink beneath the sea. Almost all of the residents were transformed into horrors, save for a few survivors. This small group of survivors was saved by a young girl. The hero, Jose. Somewhere inside the sunken city is Jose's cocoon. Let's start by looking for leads.
You're... a revenant hunter! I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you! Damn vermin! I'll get you!
Calm down, please. We're not here to hurt you. You are a hunter, after all. It's no surprise he mistook you for a foe. The Luna Rapace has scalded his mind. It's regressed to the point that he can barely control his emotions at all.
Jose. Dear Jose. Soon, I will be joining you.
Hold on. I sense a strong pulse of Jose's pathos nearby. From within the clock tower, I believe. Jose's powers were said to be incredibly volatile, frequently causing her to go berserk. Alas, even those survivors she once sought to protect have become victims. Her frenzy strikes without care or focus. After that attack, she went into isolation and came to be known as the Queen of Solitude. Jose's life was marked with struggle from her birth. The powers were amazing, but wild. There must be a way inside the tower. Let's investigate the area. We'll see what we can find. Here it is. Jose's cocoon.
Where is everyone? No. Please. Please!
So much pathos. According to the records I could find, Lise was the name of her twin sister. She was caught in the initial resurgence that flooded the city, but unfortunately, she was never found. An unknown second resurgence and her missing twin sister. Both of those seem like solid leads to start investigating her key. We'll time travel to the past of the sunken city from here. We'll need to find Jose first, then we can track down the key to her seal. Let's go. Time jump complete. The coordinates look right, well within my margin of error, and yet... In any case, before we do anything, we should get our bearings.
Intruders! Wake everyone!
Non-combatants, follow me!
Don't let them head out! It's Jose they're after! Cut them off!
They don't seem to be talking about us. We'll take that for now. But either way, we would have some explaining to do if we were caught. I suggest we fall back, at least until we can figure out what's going on. Sorry, but you'll have to hang in there without me. I have to maintain the link. Don't worry. I promise we'll talk again when you're in a safe place. I'm so glad you're safe. Oh, sorry. Anyway, we should go over what happens next. First things first, we should continue working with Jose to gain her trust. Then we can track down the whereabouts of the key, or so I hope. Seems the substation is now home to numerous horrors. Do be careful. Well done destroying the Medigan. It was an incredible battle. Thank goodness you're safe. So, about that weapon Jose gave you at the end there. It's infused not only with the powers of Jose and Lise, but also, it's infused with their pathos as well. The feelings are so potent, not even the passage of time has diminished them. I think we found our key to Jose's present-day cocoon. Once again, you've succeeded. Which does mean, sadly, that our time here in their past is up. Look! The water's becoming clear. It's so beautiful. We did it. This is the future that Jose fought so hard to see. We should return to her cocoon. It's time. Elimination of the hero Jose Anju confirmed. In Jose's memories, we watched her encounter a second resurgence. Even now, we don't know exactly what caused it, but we do know that she tried to save everyone. She went into a frenzy to do it. Oh, is that your bond with Jose? It's no use. Not now. It isn't strong enough to make the jump through time. We can't alter this outcome. Not in our current state. I'm sorry. We're approaching the undead forest now. Before we head in, let's go over what we know. It is home to a sanatorium where research was conducted on corruptions caused by the resurgence. One of the heroes served as director of the sanatorium. Her name was Holly, otherwise known as the Reaper Witch. Holly is a revenant of Luxuria bloodline, whose members are born with access to a rare ability, namely, the power to heal. Holly used her gift to palliate the suffering of many of her patients, including her own father. But during one of their treatments, she made a tragic blunder that drove them into a frenzy. In the end, she killed them all. That's how she came to be known by the epithet of the Reaper Witch. Though branded a criminal, she was later summoned to combat the upheaval and went dormant in her cocoon. Holly's pathos still lingers strongly in the forest. There's the cocoon of the hero Holly. I knew it was unstable, but not how bad it had become. Such turbulent pathos. Be very careful here. The seal could break at any moment. We need to jump into the past immediately and find the key to break the seal. Time is running out. But her pathos has been entrenched in the bond. I don't know how this will affect the link. If anything goes wrong, I'll bring us right back, but we'd best be prepared. Better safe than sorry. The bond was unstable. We veered some years off the original jump coordinates. At the very least, we do appear to be in the right timeline, and that is fortunate. Curses. It seems like the bond is showing no signs of stabilizing. If we encounter any more problems, I'll take us back to the present immediately. You're awake. Good. How are you feeling? We're inside Holly's sanatorium. Allow me to bring you up to speed on everything that's gone on. That faulty time jump placed you directly in the midst of a revenant's frenzy. As a result, part of your body has mutated. The corruption was too much for you to bear, so you lost consciousness. Thankfully, Holly took you in. That's all I have to share, all I can tell you right now. If you want to learn more about your condition, you should talk to Holly. I'm sorry. I apologize for pulling us out on such short notice. As I mentioned earlier, Holly's seal is dangerously close to shattering. It could be any moment. Let's go. We need to check the state of her cocoon. Then we can reassess.
Off to kill again?
And you are? Dr. Holly?
A gifted Revenant hunter, and a Revenant with an extraordinary ability. I've had my eye on you two for some time. Allow me to offer my assistance.
Why would you want to help us?
We share the same goal, to kill Holly. I lack the strength to fight her alone, but I can release her seal for you. We can take her madness on together. What do you say? Do you and I have a deal?
We are stuck on this without a clear solution right now. I suppose there's no harm if we decide to hear her out.
Perfect. Then that's that. It's only proper for me to introduce myself. You may call me Licorice. As you have seen, this forest has been permeated with Holly's pathos. Over time, it formed shackles throughout the region, thereby enhancing the power of the seal. To release the seal on Holly's cocoon, you must first unbind all the shackles. Free them, and you can free her. I sense her pathos acutely in 3 locations: the park, the church, and the apartments. Come, quickly then. I shall be your guide.
Good. You made it. What's more, I'm glad to see your corruption is showing signs of improvement. Now, let's go over the current situation before we charge in blind. Regarding the source of your corruption, it's highly likely that Dr. Camillo, Holly's father, inflicted it. Cross-checking the historical data, we landed in a time period that coincides with a certain event. Namely, the very moment when Holly was forced to euthanize her frenzied father and the other patients. All of which leads me to believe that your corruption is the result of Camillo's frenzy. There is also Licorice to consider. We've seen no proof she can release Holly's seal as of yet. However, I will admit she and Holly are linked by a potent bond. I think it's okay to trust her for the time being.
All of Holly's pathos has been released. Now we can undo the seal of her cocoon.
I'm a little torn. All the glimpses we've caught of Holly's past match the historical records beat for beat. But the Holly we met struck me differently. Holly wouldn't purposely do harm. I'm sure of it. She would have done whatever she could to protect this world, to keep its people safe to the end. Of that, I'm certain.
Thank you. Holly's a strong, compassionate girl. Even at this moment, she sheds the ichor of her soul to protect those she loves. I don't want her work to go to waste. She did too much, sacrificed too much. So please, it's time. Help me end her penance.
Elimination of the hero Holly Asturias. Confirmed. We should return to Magmel.
So, I guess this is farewell then. Before you return, though, there's something you must know. My real name is Monica Asturias. I am Holly's mother. I gave my life, hoping to help revitalize Idris's old seal. But it was Holly's cry that called me back from the beyond. Believe me, I'm just as surprised as you are, but I am also so grateful to have met you. Thank you again for giving my daughter respite when no one else could. After so many years consumed by guilt, Holly can rest in peace, a peace she deserves. Now that she's gone, I can't say how much longer this vessel will last. I feel it fade. But I'll try to stay among you a little longer. Camillo? I sense it. Why do I sense Camillo's pathos on your arm? And not just your arm. I sense him throughout the forest. Please, tell me what happened to you. I assume you have your reasons, yes? Very well. I suppose I do owe you for all your help. It's time I repaid the favor. Nobody knows Holly and Camillo as well as I do. Nobody. Please, follow me. That should be it. I no longer sense Camillo's pathos in the forest. I trust that with that, you've managed to achieve your goal then.
Indeed, we have. Thank you for helping us, Monica. Because of you, I believe we gained some insight into Camillo's character.
Being his wife, I realize I'm biased. But Camillo was a good man. I'm glad you got to see that for yourselves. It's time I take my leave. Farewell for now.
We've collected all of Camillo's remnants now. All that's left for us is to attempt to repair the blood code. I think I've done it. I've successfully repaired the blood code. With all that done, we should have no problem activating the bond now. Is that a forma? That one must be. It's the one Camillo performed on Holly. Recall what Monica said. The forma Camillo used on Holly failed to fully take effect. I can't imagine why, but that was her story. If we can cast it on her again somehow, perhaps we can prevent the tragedy that befell her. Maybe even save her. Keep in mind, this could drastically alter the present timeline. We have no idea what the world will look like afterwards. Whatever our decision may be, we must be prudent. With everything gathered and prepared, we can return to the undead forest of the past. My calculations have us landing at the time of Camillo's frenzy. Or at least in the approximate vicinity. Unfortunately, there are certain rules. I am forbidden from interfering more than once in a single timeline. This jump will be into unknown territory. That said, our previous interference lasted all of a second. There's some risk. There's always risk, but nothing dire. If we run into any trouble, we can back out of the timeline and reassess. I'll pull us out right away. All right, let's get going.
Holly's pathos. It's fading away. I sense a change flowing through, as though the tragedy of the past has been rewritten. I see. You two did this. You changed Holly's fate for the better. Thank you. I wish I could have been with her until the end, to see her grow. But it seems that surely my time here is running out. Here, take this. It's a music box, a keepsake of our family. She would know this song anywhere. Use it. Release Holly's seal. I implore you, please save her soul. You mended my family. I'm glad we met.
An absolute sea of spider lilies. Is that a light? Look over there. I sense people somewhere in the sanatorium. Perhaps, even after everything, some stayed to pick up where Holly and Monica left off. The remnant, remember? The faint remnant of Jose's bond? I think there's a chance Lisa's hairpin just might restore it. If Lisa's pathos can rekindle the bond, I think we can do it. We can go back to our time again. We can travel back to the sunken city and save Jose. After we left, Jose suffered so much. I couldn't bear it. She had to shut herself away from the world, from the people she loved. She never meant for the frenzy to hurt them. But with this, maybe now we can rewrite Jose's history for the better. Good. Me too. At the very least, I'd like to try. We'd be putting our lives on the line. That much is certain. If we assume she'll be in her frenzied state, it won't be an easy battle to win. And we can't forget, altering the past may force us into another battle with Jose in the present. You'll need to decide carefully if we want to do this. And as they've said time and again, we'd be acting against the wishes of Magmel. Whatever your decision, you have my support. Jose and Lise, two sisters whose fates were closely intertwined. Their pathos melded together to form one, restoring now the strength of the bond. With its power restored, we should be able to return to the sunken city from here. We'll be landing in a period rooted in the hearts of all those who were there, a time of strife. Expect Jose to be right in the midst of her frenzy. Ready? We can't fail her. Time jump complete. It may not have been our standard method, but we've landed where we wanted, more or less. They're under attack already. Quick, let's get to Jose's base. We have no time to lose. You're awake. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I'd lost you. We're back in the present. The last thing we saw was Jose going into a frenzy. I'm sorry for taking matters into my own hands. But please understand. I had no choice. It was the only way I could keep you safe. The way things were looking, she couldn't possibly have stopped the explosion. I'm afraid her frenzy devastated the city. Not a single resident of the sunken city would survive, just as in the original timeline. If we want to save her, and I do, we'll have to find a way here in the present. That weapon Gobo had, it was seemingly designed to unleash some kind of quasi-resurgence. We do know a little more at least. Jose triggered her frenzy in an attempt to stop Gobo. To save her, we'll need to neutralize the weapon. If the weapon is useless, no frenzy and no deaths. In truth, I'm a little worried we're in over our heads here. You mean Lee's? Good point. If she was alive then, she could still be around today. In the last vestige we saw, she'd left Holly's sanatorium to finish her work on the control device, yes? Then there's a chance she may have completed it in our time. Let's follow her trail. She'd have crossed the undead forest to get here. That seems like a good place to start.
All right then, we're gathered. Let us begin the briefing. Our target is the hero known as Lyle. His body is sealed away. He lies dormant in a cocoon at the entrance to the corroded scar just ahead. Once a booming hub, now it's a shadow of its former glory, desolate and ruined.
Ages ago, the land was rich in condensed coal. The mining industry here prospered greatly. But one day, the ruler who founded the Scar exiled all of its citizens, then vanished without a trace. Now, chaos reigns supreme in a dark age of corrupted soldiers and horrors.
I think that's enough history for now. If you're looking for more information, it's there in the database for you to peruse. In any case, our job is to awaken and slay the hero sealed here, or the world as we know it will cease to be. That's the long and short of it. Our first priority is to track down Lyle's cocoon, located at Forward Base 1.
The cocoon of the great hero Lyle. Even after all this time, his pathos still permeates the air in this place. To my understanding, Lyle was a swordsman of peerless talent. He belonged to a mercenary group in his day, known then as the Dawn Chorus. The chorus was led by a revenant from the corroded Scar, one known as Craig. Craig and the Dawn Chorus struggled to take back their homeland. Lyle and his blade served to aid in their quest. But then, as if he was never there in the first place, Lyle vanishes from history. There was no word of Lyle or his exploits until he reappeared at the upheaval, when he joined the other Revenants in their final stand. Ultimately, he too was sacrificed to perform the seal that saved the world. And ever since, he has been resting here in this place.
From what I hear, Lyle wasn't too approachable. It's said he fought like a madman. He was always the lone wolf. With the path to the fortress blocked, and no alternate routes to speak of, it would appear we're not getting into the corroded scar anytime soon. It's taking a risk, but we'll have to skip the practice run. Lou, how is the bond holding up?
Good, I think. It should work. We can use Lyle's pathos as a bond with him and travel back to his era.
Excellent. Then this will have to be your entry point to the past. After you've located Lyle's key, obtain it and return here as quick as you can. Understood?
Keys let you commune with a hero's pathos. I know we don't know what to look for, but with physical contact, I should be able to identify them.
Once you're safely in the past, first you'll want to track down the Dawn Chorus. From there, you should be able to locate Lyle. And there is one more thing, just in case. Tampering with the past, as you may know, will invariably affect our present. These changes can be sudden and often unpredictable. With that in mind, before you take any action that may affect our now, consider the consequences.
All right, how are you feeling? It looks like the time jump was a success. We've arrived in Lyle's era. Let's collect ourselves, then go over the current situation. This is the time when Craig led the Dawn Chorus on an offensive to reclaim the corroded scar. The scar was overrun. Frenzied soldiers and horrors took up roost in the valley. By my estimate, my power has landed us right on the knife's edge of a major battle. We have two tasks here. Find Lyle, then locate the key to his cocoon. In this time period, Lyle should still be serving in the Dawn Chorus. That seems as good a place as any to get a start. Come see me again soon, okay? There you are. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have rushed you, but this is urgent. It's about the dagger, the one you just got at the initiation ceremony. I sensed it can channel Lyle's pathos. If I'm not mistaken, then we have our key. With it, we can finally release Lyle and our present. But I'm concerned. Its power is so faint. In its current state, I'm afraid it won't be strong enough. Breaking through Lyle's seal may prove difficult. No, there aren't any other keys. But that does remind me. I've seen photographs of that dagger in the archives. but there was something different about it. That's right. There was an emblem in the photo. The insignia of the Dawn Chorus. There's no engraving on your dagger. Not yet. They must have engraved it after the battle. Maybe after they took back the whole corroded scar. Once they captured the castle and got the furnace up and running again, I'd wager they recast the daggers. It stands to reason that recovering the furnace should restore the dagger to its proper state. Yes, then we should be able to break Lyle's seal. It's certainly worth a try. Time jump successful. And we did it. Somehow, we got our key too. Hold on just a moment. I'll go ahead and scan the database. This should let us know about any alterations. Whether or not anything in the past managed to change the present in some way. I've collated the data. It seems no major changes have been made to the original timeline. But one way or another, our objective hasn't changed. We still need to slay the hero Lyle.
You're back. I see. Very good. It looks like you managed to get a hold of the key after all. At long last, it's time to lay Lyle to rest and start to save our world. You look rather ambivalent to this, which is understandable. You spent a good deal of time together. I know it's hard, but try to put it behind you. The price of failure is too steep.
That may be true, but Lyle... No, not just Lyle. The whole chorus was...
Stop. Whatever you saw, keep it to yourself. We're expressly forbidden from discussing anything you may have done in the past. How you act on anything you've seen, or anything you've heard, is ultimately up to you. But it is the cardinal rule of this mission. I wish I could lessen your burden. I truly do. But it is our duty not to overstep our bounds. We'll get started whenever you're ready.
The hero Lyle is no more. But what were those memories we saw at the end? It looked like the scar was struck by another catastrophe. Is that why Lyle vanished from history? We know he eventually became a hero of the upheaval. Historically, we can't afford to alter that. But this is so unbearably tragic. What if we were to try again? Couldn't we alter his fate for the better?
No. A job well done. Thank you. Our work in that timeline is now finished. I strongly suggest you move on to your next mission.
Yes. You're right. Still, Lyle...
Remember what I told you? What you do in the past is your decision. If your judgment tells you the mission isn't over, you have the freedom to revisit that past if you wish. It's not my place to stop you. Rest assured, whatever your objectives may be, I will continue to support you in completing them. But I want to reiterate that I prefer we move on. Understand? You've done your duty. Meddling with the past, meddling to excess. There's always a chance it can potentially reverse all the progress you've made so far. Think on it. Do you really want to risk having to kill Lyle again? Please, give it some careful thought. Above all else, try to weigh your feelings against what is at stake here.
Greetings and well met. I come bearing a message from Lady Lavinia of the Magmel Institute. She urgently requests that you return immediately, for she wishes to discuss with you the fourth hero of the upheaval.
Thank you. We'll depart as soon as we're ready. No rest for the weary. Under ordinary circumstances, altering history for personal reasons is strictly forbidden. However, there are people in the past I want to save. It's heavy, the burden of this power. Is that your bond with Lyle? It's no use. It isn't strong enough to make the jump through time. If only there were another era. Some other when in which we could meet Lyle. Maybe. I'll take us back in time to the sunken city we left behind. Are you ready to go? We'll be landing mere seconds before Jose's frenzy, which means we have one chance to keep her from it. We can save her. All right, let's make this trip count. There you are. Please excuse me if I seem distracted. It is somewhat of a struggle to maintain the link right now. I'm all right, but I'm afraid the situation has become quickly dire. We're losing our connection with the present. I don't know how, but it's happening. I'm not sure what's causing it. Our actions in this period have indeed altered the timeline. But those changes, it seems, have had a disastrous effect on the present. I don't know what's going on. Things are developing so rapidly. A cataclysmic crisis has been set in motion. All the bonds we possess have been severed from the present, like there's a barrier between us. In our current state, I don't think we could go back even if we wanted to. Our very existence is in limbo. If I were to venture a guess, this all began when Gobo took hold of Lisa's control device. That's the point of divergence here. A device of that power, coupled with a weapon that can trigger resurgences. Gobo may well have rewritten history. I can't pinpoint the direct source. It may be the device is to blame, or its direct effect on revenants. But one thing is terribly certain. If something isn't done about Gobo soon, the fate of this world, and the fate of our future, is doomed. I'm sorry. The link won't hold. There's still hope. Retake the control device from Gobo. Time jump. Successful. Defeating Gobo staved off the world's ruin. At least, for now. This is the future Jose worked so hard to build. The world she desperately wanted. Could that have been... Let's pay a visit to the nearest village. I'm curious what else has changed since we altered history.
Is that you? It is. It really is. I recognize you from the photo my twin sister always carried. I'm Lise Anju. I can't believe this. My sister Jose told me all about you. She said you'd show up one day. Sorry, I introduced myself, and you already know who I am, don't you? Wonderful. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin. Around the time you and Jose challenged Gobo, maybe just after you put him down, I woke up in a sanatorium. As soon as I could, I traveled to the sunken city, hoping to find her. I was worried, terrified actually, that she wouldn't want to see me. but she didn't say a word. Just hugged me.
Thank goodness.
Time had changed her. She was kinder, more sure of herself. I'm sure you had a hand in that change. After that, life was peaceful, at least for a while. And eventually, the resealing was set in motion. Of course, my sister received a summons to be part of it.
The upheaval.
She could have refused. Maybe deep inside I wanted her to. But her mind was set. She wanted to protect the future. Your future.
Please.
I know. It's okay. At this rate, she'll wipe out the city she sought to protect. I know you need to go and stop her. To finish it. Otherwise the risk is too great. I'm sure she knows it too. Please, save her. Save the future she worked so hard to build.
That seems to have activated the bond. Now we should be able to travel back to the past. We might be able to save Lyle and the others. We have a chance, at least. We'll likely arrive a few years after we parted ways with Lyle and Craig. No time at all. Just before the Bureau takes down the chorus once and for all. Time jump successful. Our actions should have changed history fairly drastically. With any luck, Lyle and the chorus parted on a less tragic note. If you're ready, let's go see the future that all their efforts finally brought to bear. Changing history also appears to have moved Lyle's cocoon. Dawn chorus flags. So many. Look at those proud banners. How beautiful.
It's finally time. We have to put Lyle to rest so our world can be saved.
Let's go.
I hope you're prepared for this. It is rather fitting. Your final showdown will be at the castle of the Dawn Chorus. If you're ready, we can head out.
There, the barrier is no more. Now come, let us proceed. Your time has come, Zenon. Prepare, for the time of your fate is at hand. This looks to be an authorization card. In fact, it looks to be one specially issued by Zenon himself. He granted them only to those he deemed worthy. The exceptionally gifted, his closest confidants upon this island. I'm certain it will prove valuable in due time, and not necessarily our present one alone.
Incredible. It's so calm. I've never seen pathos so stable.
Few were equal to the task of understanding Zenon, and even fewer still of matching him. He was a man of unique conviction and of great resolve. Most of all, he truly believed in the potential of his kith and kin. In that lone regard, even I must admit respect for him. You must now journey to the Insula Carcere of the past. But be wary of him. Zenon is an incredible man, and was known to be very persuasive. He may try to convince you to see things his way. Only remember this. Zenon belongs to a bygone era. Our duty is to the present one. No matter how compelling his arguments or how clever his rhetoric, I implore you to stay true to your mission. It is with pleasure that I shall await your return here. Good luck, and be careful.
Oh, good. You've come too. This time felt most dire. It all happened so suddenly. But if I'm not mistaken, the shockwave we felt was the rupture of progenitor Idris's seal. The resurgence will soon be unleashed upon this world. The wrath of the upheaval. It is almost upon us.
Simply perfection. An exquisite blend, if I do say so myself. Oh, don't mind me. Please, feel free to continue your conversation.
How did it?
A shared mental construct, yes? This is most fascinating.
How did you get in here? It shouldn't be possible.
What's that you said? Shouldn't be possible? I'm afraid the endless abyss of possibility eludes you, my dear. Well. Are you, perchance?
You know who I am?
Oh, pardon the interruption. Really, you mustn't mind me. Now, I'm most keen to get more closely acquainted with you both. We were discussing the details of our partnership, if you recall. Well, I happen to own several labs on the frontier. They're experiencing complications on account of the shockwave. It's really quite inconvenient. Couldn't have come at a worse time and all that. Agree to get them functioning again, and I shall gladly lend my hand in securing that which you both seek. What say you?
All right. Agreed. We will help you.
A wise decision! We can discuss the details outside. For now, I bid you adieu.
Welcome back. And well done retrieving the key to Zenon's seal.
Lady Lavinia, if you please, there is something I wish to ask you. When we were in the past, when we spoke to Xenon, he felt Progenitor Idris's seal was a temporary measure, so he was working on his own solution. If that's so, if he believed so strongly in a better solution, why did he give his life to perform the seal? When we made contact with Xenon's pathos, we saw someone immobilize him with a forma. Maybe he was sacrificed against his will? Who would do that? And moreover, there was something else. We learned from Xenon that revenants are indirectly responsible for the resurgence.
I feared this would happen when I sent you to him. You've learned too much. Lou, you must listen to me. There are some aspects of the upheaval you needn't know about.
What?
I am truly sorry. Believe me when I say it is for your own well-being. The same goes for the resurgence. I admit, Xenon's claims can't be readily dismissed. But whether Xenon is right or wrong, whether you know all the details or not, we must face facts. Eliminating the heroes is the only hope our world has. Finish your preparations and do what must be done.
Aha! So we meet again. Splendiferous! Of all the myriad possibilities I considered, none were as exhilarating as this!
Xenon? Where are we?
It has been a long time indeed, O heiress to Idris's mighty power. I used that mental construct of yours as inspiration to erect my own, a photo like this. I also transferred a portion of my consciousness into that Xenon pass, thus turning it into a key that will transport you here. But alas, the construct won't last long. We must conclude our business quickly. Let us do what must be done.
What just...
All will become clear when the time is duly ripe. For now, my time at least, use will run out.
What about the upheaval? How did things go wrong?
My dear, there's no need to rush. Simply do what must be done. See it through to the very end. Now, there's no time to be complacent. Weapons at the ready. Prepare for the hour of reckoning. The stage is set. Come forth, for it is Xenon Griffgoat you face.
Finish this.
We knew what we must do. There must be no other choice.
imperative that your world be respected. Your sacrifices bought this world a century of life. And don't let this time be waste. I can promise you that much. You two have done superbly in this action and hero's end. The magnitude of your feat cannot be overstated. You have nearly saved the world.
Lady Lavinia, I'm sorry. I'm not sure this was the right thing to do.
Only time will tell. For now, we must forge ahead and hope the results will bear us out. We grow ever closer to achieving our goal. First, let's return to Madman. There is much to learn. The last hero is... I must tell you of him. We are on the cusp of success, of an unprecedented victory. It is time, then, to discuss the final hero. Valentin Voda. Formerly the forsworn heir of Voda House, and my biological son.
I had a feeling.
Now, he lies dormant, buried deep within the very heart of Luna Rapaces. The time has come to undertake this voyage, to gird our hearts, and vanquish him. I have already prepared everything we need to complete our mission. When you're ready, truly ready, to face what lies ahead, come speak to me. I will ready a portal to transport you. The key to Valentin's cocoon is his closest confidant. An unusual key, to say the least, and yet only he can commune with Valentin's pathos. Noah, it is you.
Guess that checks out.
Having said that, Valentin's cocoon is particularly resilient. The key alone cannot break his seal. Our solution, the Luna Rapaces. The moon brims with energy generated by the resurgence. By harnessing its power, you'll be able to reach Valentin and release his seal. The fate of humanity is in your hands.
What's the matter?
I have debated long hours whether to divulge this before I sent you away. But I believe you have the right to know, and the news will not be pleasant. But please trust that I mean well in telling you this.
Hey, sorry for the wait. You damn fool. Who asked you to put the world on your shoulders? Way back when, he and I swore an oath. If we ever found ourselves at the crossroads of destiny, we'd walk down the same path, together. And if either of us was ever to stray, the other would drag his ass back onto it. Now, I guess it's time I make good on that oath. Come on, let's go. I've got to pry him out of this nightmare. I gotta say, you two have come into your own since we first met. I'm impressed. Your movement in combat is looking much sharper, more practiced. And Lou, There was a time you seemed afraid of your own shadow. Now there's conviction in your eyes. I was prepared to stay at your side for some time, but apparently I need not. You two can handle yourselves just fine. Hey, you okay?
No, it's an incursion. But why now of all times?
It's been a century since you and I last had one of those incursions, huh? Glad you're holding up okay. We're here to protect a world where the seeds of humanity can bloom forevermore. The raison d'etre of revenants. A Valentin turn of phrase, as I'm sure you can tell. After we met and became true comrades, well, it wasn't long before his dream became mine. I only wish we could have made it happen in our time. I digress. The past is past, don't mind me. That's all the energy in this area. With that done, let's move on to the next one. I know we're not allowed to know how history changed, but be honest with me. I remember that day, that moment in fact, when you burst in on me and France trying to kill one another on Magmel Island. You came back through time to save my hide, didn't you?
The reason you're here isn't us, Noah. Your perseverance and will are what saw you through that day.
Well, I'll be damned. Look at you two and your hearts of gold. Thank you. I owe you big time.
Not another incursion.
Voda House. It's directly descended from Idris, a lineage charged with the terrible task of maintaining the seal for all eternity. And what's more, they knew. They knew the seal would give out one day. But they could never produce an heir fit for the title, fit to replace Idris. And renewing that seal required them to produce a vessel, something capable of harnessing that power. France and I were spared because the Vodas still saw some use for us. But as for the others, snuffed from existence. All of it, the Academy, the resealing efforts, was Lavinia's plan. She called the shots.
She would go so far.
In her defense, I'm sure she was desperate. Doing nothing meant annihilation. Even so, the incident spurred Valentin and me to take our leave of Voda House. We tried to solve it alone. Valentin never said anything, but I'm convinced he was driven not to let anyone else be sacrificed. Sorry, that's more than enough reminiscing. Let's get a move on. There we are. That's the last of the energy. Guess it's time. Not again. After the upheaval was a low point for me, like I was stuck in time. That's why our reunion at Magmel was a godsend. You came back, and the future wasn't a dead end anymore. Time began to move again. I even began thinking you could save Valentin. Maybe.
Noah, we...
Don't worry, I know it's wishful thinking, but that's fine. I had no hope until you showed up. You filled that void and gave me light. Through the two of you, I found my purpose again in an empty world. I'll never forget the good times we spent together. Now it's time I repaid the favor. I've owed you for a long time. This time, my friend, I'll lead the way. All right, everyone okay?
Noah, just what did you mean by lead the way?
Just what I said, but don't let it bother you. Come on, let's go. We're just about there.
So this is where he lies. The Lenton's cocoon.
Can you do me a favor, guys? Promise you'll look after him for me, will you?
Noah, stop! You won't hold out!
Hey, partner. I'm here to fulfill our promise.
Wake the hell up!
There he is. Now's your chance. This is it. The energy of the resurgence.
The time has come. Thanks to you, equilibrium has been restored. The world owes you its salvation. All my life, I followed Idris's teachings. convinced that it was my duty to oversee the resealing. I did what I had to do to produce a vessel. I shed the blood of many Revenant clans. I sacrificed many of Valentin's close friends for my sacred task. To my dismay, the resurgence would not be quelled. I squandered far too many lives for nothing. I see now that he must have predicted my failure, because soon after he took matters into his own hands. By sourcing energy from the resurgence, he cast a formula to try and purge the world of revenants. A world free of our kind.
But why?
By eliminating the source, revenants, the resurgence could be quelled. That was the truth Valentin came to realize. And now...
Lady Lavinia, what are you?
These runes are the relic of Valentin's legacy, his final words. I toiled a century, testing for the results I sought. It was designed to terminate revenants, and revenants alone. Amplified by a device on Magmel, it shall propagate across the entire world, cleansing upon a tidal wave of resurgence energy.
Why, Lady Lavinia? Wasn't your duty to this world we have to save humanity from ruin?
Can't you see, Lord? It cannot be done. The resurgence can no longer be sealed. Our species is a cancer upon this world. So long as we exist, the world will forever teeter on the brink of destruction. Nature dictates life be cherished. Nature dictates it be nurtured within a mortal span. Even in death, each life entrusts its will to the next. We must relinquish our grasp. Mankind is the rightful heir of this world. That was Valentin's will and dream. A beautiful future, liberated from fear. And this is my atonement, to amend all the suffering and anguish I have visited upon this blighted world. Come, my wretched kin. Let us return to the cradle of finitude. Let us embrace our fate.
Good to see you, my friend. I trust you've lived a most fruitful life. Mind you, this is an automated message, so you may as well make yourself comfortable. Do you recall our last meeting here? I used my past to cast a forma on your heart. A moderate stroke of genius on my part. Specifically, it was a forma that would trigger if your heart stopped beating. Very specific, I know. But caution being the better part of valor, I had to endeavor to elude Lavinia's deeply watchful eye. Your heart was one place I figured she was least likely to suspect. The forma is engraved with a powerful bond, a small token of pathos from yours truly. When you awaken, fate will force your hand again. You must trace our bond and locate me. Only then can we finally begin to put this right. I, for one, refuse to accept the present outcome, and I trust you are of the same mind. Now, be on your way. Time is a precious resource, and may we soon have it together, my friend.
This is the place. We must be coming up on the lunar core. What's wrong? Please hang in there. I'm taking us back to Magmel. Oh, good. You're finally awake. It's been so long. Are you all right? I've been by your side since you passed out. Is that a bond? Of course. He must have planted it when we left. It would appear this bond is linked to the timeline when we first met Xenon. But wait, that would mean that... Yes, we can travel back to the upheaval. Wait, hold on. You want to go right away? Shouldn't we at least speak with Lady Lavinia? We still have to stop Valentin. But then again, jumping to the upheaval would be pivotal. If we succeed, it would potentially prevent so many tragedies. So maybe that was Xenon's hope all along. He never gave up. And we shouldn't either. Time jump successful. We are in the time of the upheaval, just before it begins. Voda House should be performing the resealing shortly. What on earth? Were they ambushed? Agreed. We need to find him, and quickly.
Xenon Griffgoat, the mighty genius revenant himself. You may be brilliant, but what good is that brilliance now? No one escapes my time stasis forma.
I'm quite impressed by your forma. It's a testament to your immense dedication to your art and your cause. The problem therein, however, is that very dedication blinds you to far better possibilities. At last, you come!
Who goes there? Voda House shall soon fulfill its duty. None shall interfere. We have come too far to fail now. Whoever you are, You and Xenon shall remain here forever and watch the world pass you by. Lou?
Allow me to return the favor! That was truly a wondrous forma. My compliments, dearest Lavinia. We meet again, my friend, and at the precise moment I needed. Your presence here proves my hypothesis was indeed accurate, and I knew it was, but still. The resealing ritual will fail, yes? Ergo, you've traveled back in time to alter history.
Have you gone mad?
Marvelous! It's all as I predicted! Of course, my services are happily at your disposal. Now then, let us make haste! Voda House's preparations for the resealing are already well underway. It's imperative we stop them now. Here's the stratagem. You make your way to Magma. Right about now, they'll be amassing their forces there for the ritual. Meanwhile, I'll finalize my research. If my theory stands, as it shall, it could mean the end of the resurgence. For good. It's most regrettable that I lost so much precious time in that infernal stasis, though. We'll be cutting it quite close. Even so, if this is to work, it will require precise, determined action. Now get going! I'll monitor things through your field of vision.
Thank you, all of you, for coming. I am Valentin Voda, heir to the house, and I will be overseeing the resealing. For this most sacred ritual, we've assembled allied revenants across multiple strongholds. But I believe those of you gathered here are the most seasoned of our troops. We have our finest fighters gathered at Magnum today. I'm sure many of you already bear great burdens, and I do not wish to add to them, but I ask for your strength in forging a path ahead. Now then, your first task is to make your way to the Sealing Spire. Retainers of Progenitor Idris will be standing guard within. They will be the first hurdle to our aim. You must defeat them to the man, then secure a route to the sealing chamber. That sits upon the highest floor of the spire. Once the chamber is open, Voda House shall handle the rest, and you have done your part. Take heart, we expect an arduous battle. Fortunately, we shall have a steadfast ally. The ritual commences tomorrow. For tonight, brethren, rest well and gather your strength.
That was me. No wonder I had no memories. I was a puppet, made to follow orders and fade from existence. The vessel was me. That's why Lady Lavinia brought me into being, to seal the resurgence. I remember everything now. The upheaval wouldn't have happened if not for me, and it cost us dearly. It was because my powers were inadequate. The resealing failed because I fell short in my duty. And history will repeat itself. The resealing was doomed from the onset. My past self will fail the ritual. If Xenon doesn't finish his work in time, someone else will be sacrificed. One way or another, this is our moment. Still, if it's to keep you safe, I'll do whatever it takes. No one can take my place. Only I can make this work. After all, it's my purpose. It's okay. I'll be dying for a good cause. I have nothing to fear. Or I didn't. Not until now. But I'm not the same person anymore. I am afraid. I'm afraid of being alone. I'm terrified of never seeing the people I care about again. These feelings make it so much harder. Okay. I'll be with you. Until the end. No matter what the sacrifice, I'll protect you with my life. Well, for once, we're both awake. Curiously, I seem to require less sleep in this era. Perhaps it's because I recovered my memories. Our bond in this era seems stronger now. I'm not sure why this happened, but I'm glad. At least now I can fight beside you. We should head to the ceiling spire. It is well past time I faced my fate. And also, we must forge our future. Greetings. I'm very pleased to make everyone's acquaintance. My name is Lou. This hunter and I are comrades. Together with you, we stand united in our hope for this world's future. It is my privilege to join you on this mission.
Pardon the late introduction. The name's Noah. I'll be tagging along too. I'm a friend of Valentin's, a friend from way back. I'm here to help while he runs the show.
If they're with you, that's good enough for me. You can't do it alone. It never hurts to have numbers.
No arguments here. We'll take all the help we can get.
Great to have you. Let's go save a world, shall we?
It'd be an honor. Thank you. All of you.
And with that, the gang's all here.
I'm ready.
As I thought, you are the light that will guide us into the future. Thank you. You and your fearless companions have my eternal gratitude. I wish I could give you more. Leave the rest to us. Voda House will handle everything. Now, bear witness to the dawn of a new future.
No adverse effects from the transfer. Sealing device within expected parameters.
Vessel vitals stable. I repeat, vitals are stable. All 4 may initialized.
That's me inside the machine.
Let us begin. Soon, we shall see if all that we've lost and suffered, all we've sacrificed, is to be vindicated. As I suspected.
Despite all the bloodshed, despite all the measures we took, our failure was inevitable. Something has eluded us. Some missing piece. A token of victory forever unknown. There is now but one path left for revenant kind.
Lantern, don't!
Forgive me, my friend. I have no other choice. Revenants are the root cause of the resurgence. You know it to be true. No amount of sacrifice will lift this scourge. Not as long as we, the seeds of its own destruction, walk the earth. And so, the cycle must end here. Now. By my hand!
Apologies for the wait. I cast Lavinia's stasis forma on him. It should buy us a few minutes of most precious time. I'll cut to the chase. We have to perform the seal, right now, or there will be no later. The only problem is that creature. It's built to kill revenants. We can't get near it. Close enough is too close. That's where you come in. From what I've surmised, you're history's greatest hunter. And this is your moment. We need you to slay the beast and expose an energy mass of the resurgence. After that...
The rest will be up to me. I will attempt to seal it for good. I felt my powers vanish at the same moment the vessels did. Evidently, our fates are intertwined.
I couldn't determine why your past self failed the resealing. It didn't make any sense. But repeating the process is extremely unlikely to succeed either. Luckily, the tendrils of hope have not been shorn. Any energy that Lou is unable to contain, the rest of us will absorb on her behalf. That should buy us a sliver of time, a single opportunity to determine why the seal failed. We can then devise a countermeasure and seal the resurgence in earnest. It's the only chance our world has to see another day.
Count me in. I gotta knock some sense into that damned fool while I still can.
He won't hear me arguing.
We're with you, all the way. If I can still be of use, please, put me to work.
The stasis forma won't hold. Everyone, gird yourselves for a glorious melee! This will be the greatest proof of concept experiment conducted! Let's turn the tides of fate together!
All right, everyone. Here I go. Commencing the resealing.
Why? What did we possibly overlook?
At least, let me save you.
Lou. This life belongs to you. Live.
Requires an element of mankind! Confound it! How could I not have foreseen this?
There you are. Hey, you better hurry. The boat's about to leave. You're still going to take the Revenant Hunter exam, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why I was praying. To the heroes who united man and Revenant, we give thanks.
Let's go home. They're all waiting for us.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Lady Lavinia? How is this possible?
Excellent, you're awake. Splendid. Reality has borne out my calculation. Abagander, your bond was so potent, it transcended time itself. They witnessed a miracle.
It saved us. Our bond.
It took a century, and a rather hard-working century at that, but the groundwork is set. It's time to finalize the diffused seal. Come with me, and I'll show you a future where humans and revenants live in harmony.
Welcome back.